What's up, guys? Welcome back. If you don't know, I am Jordan Marquis. I am the creator, the owner of this channel. Uh, I wanted to come on because and the reason I'm hesitant is because me and God have been in a battle about this, and it's mostly because I really don't want to talk about it anymore. I feel like talking about it in therapy is, trying to help me get through it. But basically, I'm going to tell you guys my story, and I'm going to try to do it quickly as possible, to kind of hit the main points that has led me to the man I am now. I've had a lot of turmoil in my life. I faced a lot of adversity, and as I was growing up, I not only faced adversity at school, with bullying and things like that, but I also faced adversity at home. For some reason, and I still haven't really figured this part out yet, but for some reason, I was abused, and a lot of people look at me now and they're like, "How in the world?" Because when I tell people my story, they're like, "What?" And I'm able to smile and kind of laugh at some things that I've gone through, because laughter kind of helped me get through things. Laughter and music. But I was abused, and I didn't really have the strength or the resources to go to get help. Even though I did try my best, some teachers, helped me out and reported it to the school and things like that, and the school called CPS and all that good stuff. But it never was enough. And when I turned 7, I remember that was the first time I had ever been sexually assaulted. And I remember exactly how the room was set up. I remember exactly where the bed was, where the dresser was, where the computer was. I remember all of that. I remember hiding in the closet one day, completely naked, and I was told to be quiet. And the person who was molesting me at the time, basically threw on some basketball shorts and opened the door and told his mom that he was changing and had asked if he had seen me, and he said no. I was right in the closet, and I just could not say a word. I didn't know how to I was stuck. And as time went on, it got worse and worse. More members of the family came and sexually assaulted me. I was getting beat on at home by my dad. I was getting bullied at school. I was being molested by family members, my cousins, and I still wonder how I made it through. I don't understand. At the time, I didn't understand what it was that I was going through, because I thought that was love. I thought that was how men expressed, well, men and women, because I had a female cousin as well. But I thought that's how you loved. I thought that's, that's what I was taught. And as time has gone on, I realized that it was wrong and I needed to start speaking my truth, because people thought that I was just dating men just to date men. And didn't really understand the backstory of it. And I'm not saying that because I was molested so early that that is the reason that I am the way that I am. Because if you talk to my grandmother, on my dad's side, she has told me that I used to, as early as 4 and 5 years old, I would dress up in her dresses. And I vividly remember, even further on into growing up, like 12, 13, 14, I would dress up in her dresses and her high heels and throw on one of her wigs and prance around the house when nobody was there, because I felt feminine. I've always felt that way, but I've also always been attracted to both male and female. So it was, growing up, it was confusing. And then you put on top of that, on top of being bisexual, plus being biracial, plus being molested up until I was 14, you factor all of that in, and it's like, dang, how did you, and then also that I grew up in the church. I grew up in the South, in the Bible Belt. I live in Alabama. I was born and raised in Alabama. So being here and being taught that, homosexuality is a sin and it's an abomination and you're going to hell and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this can't be, because this is who I am, And I've been praying and praying and praying and praying since the moment that I realized that I was attracted to both. I've been praying and praying for God to take that part away from me, the attraction to men away. And no matter, how long I hold out on how long I abstain, no matter like what I do, I that's what I'm attracted to. If I see an attractive person, I can acknowledge it, whether they're male or female. And being a part of the LGBT community, a lot of people get it misconstrued that I'm with all this extra stuff that that everybody else is trying to fight for, and I'm not. I'm really not. I don't mind, you loving who you want to love and being who you are, and being true to yourself and comfortable in your own skin. I just don't think that we need labels. Just be you. Labels are irrelevant to me. Labels, titles, all of that's irrelevant to me. So that's why I don't really, I tell people that I'm bisexual, but I'm not so like headstrong if somebody calls me gay, or assume that I'm not headstrong like that. It is what it is. You have your opinion, I have mine, everybody's got one. That's just how I look at it. But so growing up and having all that and learning all of that, I became quite confused, honestly, growing up. And then I felt myself detached from my family, and I felt like the black sheep of the family. Felt like they pretty much excommunicated me from the family. And I just didn't know how, at that time, I didn't know how to accept all of that. Because growing up, I didn't really have the chance to build a real relationship with my mom because of the situations that her and my dad were going through at the time. And I ended up with my dad, and I'll get more into that story another day. But from from what I was told from several people is that, quite frankly, I don't want to put this out there and then people think that he's a bad guy, because he's not a bad guy. He has some problems that he needs to work on, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, I've been told that my dad did not want me the first 3 years of my life. He wanted nothing to do with me. He did not want to come to the hospital, none of that. And that's been told not just by my mom's side of the family, that has also been said by my dad's side of the family as well. So, that is the only reason that I even believe that it's somewhat true, is because it came from not just one side, it came from both sides. So when he did eventually get me, he got me at 3 years old, and all of the parenting that he received growing up was abuse. He saw his dad beat on his children and his wife, which was my grandmother. And my grandmother has, talked openly about it to us and things, and that is one thing I have to say. That lady, I love her. I love my grandma. I love everything about her. Oh, by the way, this is wine. Because I don't have a wine glass. I started looking for one in the cabinet. I was like, wait, I never bought any wine glasses. So it's in my humongous red Solo cup. But anyway, and hearing the stories from my grandmother and what she endured and what the kids endured, which is my dad and my aunts and uncles, my aunties and uncles. Well, aunties and uncle. It kind of put into perspective for me as I got older. Well, when I got older, and I was able to look back and reflect and see that, my dad really isn't a bad guy. Like, he really isn't. He just did what he knew. He did what he learned. Abuse is learned behavior. So it wasn't that I was, well, it wasn't necessarily that that I did anything wrong growing up. It was just, or that I didn't do, I don't know how I'm trying to put this, but anyway, basically, I realized that my dad is also human, and he also has some things that he has to go through, and grow up from and learn and grow through. And once I started to look at my parents as just human beings, instead of looking at them as mom and dad, I started looking at them as Melissa and Tony. Because before me, there was Melissa. Before me, there was Tony. They had their own individual lives, and they got pregnant with me quite early in their lives, so they also had to grow up, so we kind of grew up together. Me and my mom, we have a semi-decent relationship. Our attitudes are the same, so we can't be in the same room for too long with each other, and we can't talk on the phone to each other too long, because my mom would be off the chain, okay, and I don't have time. But I realized, and I just want to put this out there. For the last couple weeks, I have been super, super depressed, and I was trying to figure out why. I'm just not understanding. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm literally here, enjoying everything, thanking God for my blessings. And then I got hit with a bombshell earlier this week on Monday, and I've just been a little down. And today I took initiative. My house has been a wreck the last 2 weeks. I haven't felt the motivation to do anything, to make a video or anything. Like I just really haven't. And so last night and all day today, I was praying and I was like, God, I really need you to take this away from me. Like, I need this depression gone. I can't do this. I said, I've been down this road. I don't want to keep going down this road. I'm not repeating this cycle. I need you to take this away from me. And he said, he reminded me, when I had prayed and asked God for the equipment and stuff to do my videos. Well, actually, it was before that, because technically it was when I asked for peace the first time, and he gave me peace, but he gave me something that I needed to do along with. He gave me an assignment to do along with that peace that he brought me, and I never did what I said I was gonna do, which is this video. And so for this year, pretty much, I've been, now don't get me wrong, I've been at peace, I've been on a high, I've been high on life, I really have. And I'm so grateful and thankful for all of my blessings. But I did not do what I said I was going to do. And here we are, June, the end of June of 2024, and I'm just now doing this video. I've had this lighting equipment now for a good month or two, and I'm just now doing this video. And already I feel so much better. Like, I feel like, I don't know, something has shifted, and I'm thankful. I really am, because I haven't been able to talk or smile or anything, and it's just really great. So I just wanted to let you guys know that even through molestation, even through hardships, abuse, corporal punishment from parents, unfair treatment, pushed to the back burner, however it is that you are feeling, trust and believe that it is all valid, but also know that it is not going to always last. You are eventually going to get out of that. You are going to have the strength to either talk about it, for one, or you're going to be able to put up those boundaries and those guards that you need to. And if you have to cut off people, I don't care what relation they are to you. If you have to cut off people in order for you to get in a healthy space and on your healing journey, I need you to know that it is okay to do so. As a 28-year-old man living in the South, being biracial, and I didn't even go into that, but being biracial brings its own adversaries, okay? Its own obstacles. Because let me tell you, I have never felt like I really belonged when I am around my mom's side of the family. And they all know this. I talk about it all the time. They're not too happy with what I say, but hey, that's how y'all made me feel growing up. Not all of them. And when I say a handful, there's emphasis on a handful, okay? There is only a handful of people on my mom's side of the family that treated me as if I was actually I actually am a part of the family. There are more people that did not treat me like family than there are that did. They know about all this. They know how I feel. I don't really talk to anybody except my mom and my nene, because and my cousin Riri and my cousin Tammy, God rest her soul. But yeah, I'm gonna eventually break this whole entire story down into different parts. and go into more detail, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, but it's not okay that you had to endure so much hardship, especially in your adolescence and in your childhood as a minor. It's okay that you went through it because it made you into the person that you are today, and it's going to make you into a even better person 5, 10, 15 years from now. And when you look back on that, you're going to be like, dang, I really got through that. I don't know how I got through it, but by the grace of God. But I got through it. And I was molested by, I can't say the names out loud, so I gotta count. Okay. 5 people. Okay? Six. Sorry, forgot one. My dad, love you, Pops, but my dad used to beat the hell out of me just about every single day of my life. From the age of 3 years old until I was 16 and could not take anymore. I got so fed up. And what hurt me the most was the fact that I could not take my siblings with me. But it was something about my dad that really put a certain fear in me. You know how most kids are like, they're fearful of their parents, but out of respect. No. This wasn't even a respect thing. I genuinely was afraid of my father. I would always be like this. I don't care how old I am, and I'm still like this to this day. Well, not as bad, because I stand up to him now. I will cuss you out. Do not. I understand that you're supposed to honor thy mother and thy father. However, you also supposed to honor your children as well and respect them as well. So, tread carefully. But when you have a parent that is constantly angry and bitter and just upset for no reason, you tend to adapt that kind of spirit as well. We'll put it that way. And as I was growing up, I did. I was lashing out at the people who truly did love me, and I didn't realize it. And nobody took the time to even hear me either, you know? So like, I was lashing out at my nene and my papa, but nobody was asking, like, what's going on? Like, why are you acting like this? Nobody reached out and tried to figure out what was going on. You know, it was just, I was labeled as the problem child. And ever since then, I pretty much have been the black sheep of the family. And I'm cool with that. That is completely fine. Because little do you know, I don't care to be around most of you anyway. And that's just the honest to God truth. And it's not a bitterness, it's not a hate thing or anything like that. It's just, I have boundaries. I'm setting boundaries. And that is completely fine. And also, I have forgiven. So it's not like It's not like I'm just holding on to all this and oh, I'm not going to talk to them. I'm going to hold this grudge forever. No, I'm not doing that, because that's going to prevent me from living. And I did that for years. I held a grudge for years, and I had to give it up. I had to let it go because it was just weighing me down. I was super depressed then and really in the thick of it, and thought about unaliving myself and everything. So it's like, I can't, it was like a lose-lose situation all the way around. And then the religious upbringing part of being biracial, oh my goodness. So I grew up, on my dad's side, I was raised primitive Baptist, black, okay? Real black, okay? And what I mean by that is, we didn't have hymnals, okay? We sang all types of songs. Mostly, it was mostly hymns, but we didn't have the actual hymnals. We also turned it into, we were Baptists, so we turned everything into I'm trying to think of a song. Hold on. It's been a minute since I've been down there. I'm trying to think of a song that I can show y'all real quick. Can't think of one. Oh, yes I can. Glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burden down. Glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burden down. So that's one, okay, that we would do over at my grandmama's church, my granny's church. Now, over at Nene's church, it was a lot of bluegrassy type of music, I guess. Oh, there's this one song my Aunt Mima used to do. Nope. Oh, I done forgot it now. Anyway, the upbringing was different. The teaching was different. The singing was different. So like when I sing, I don't like my voice, by the way, which is why I don't like doing videos, which is why me and God has been in a battle for many years about doing this, because he's the one who told me to even start the videos in the first place. I just wasn't consistent with it, which is why I feel like that I've been depressed and holding on to all this weight because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But all that to say, I'm glad that I was able to do this. But I want you, I really, it does not matter if you are dealing with, I don't care what it is. Just hold on. Just hold on. Because everything is going to eventually work out for your good. And if you continue to press forward, guess what that means? You're proving everybody else wrong and not trying to prove them wrong. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, we get so upset about the things that happen to us that we're like, oh, I'm going to prove them wrong. I'm going to be somebody. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And you're so focused on trying to make it and trying to be somebody and trying to prove them wrong, that you lose yourself. You lose your happiness. Yeah, you got all this stuff, but you at a job that you can't stand. Yeah, you got all this stuff, but you have nobody to share it with. Yeah, you got all this stuff, but you're still empty inside. I understand. I promise I do. I promise I do. But even with my story, I can still be somebody. Like, I don't expect anything when I post my videos and stuff. Like, I don't expect people to be like, "Oh yeah, you are a social media influencer." I don't care about none of that. My personal goal for these videos is to make sure that people know that it does not matter what your background looks like. It does not matter how you was brought up. It does not matter the abuse that you endured. It does not matter what kind of obstacles you have or had or challenges that you may face. Anything is possible as long as you have God on your side. That is my message. Because if it was not for my grandmother, my granny, bringing me up in the church, and my nene bringing me up in the church, and actually letting me develop my own relationship with God, I don't believe that I would be sitting here talking to you on this video. I truly believe that I would have unalived myself a long time ago. And I literally just had some of these thoughts last week. No lie. Like, I was really in a place. I literally had the pill bottle in my hand, and I was about to do it. And I just sat the pill bottle down and I went to sleep. I prayed and I went to sleep. No, actually I didn't even pray that night. I sure didn't. I just went to sleep. And when I woke up the next day, I seen the pill bottle still sitting there, and I was like, I really thought about it. Like, I was that close. And I live alone. And most of the time I don't go outside my house unless it's to go to work. And being that I just lost my job on Monday, I don't have anywhere to go right now. And which I've got to figure out very quickly, because I have bills that are coming up, and it's almost the first of the month, which means rent's due, and I have no money. But I am trusting God. I have trusted God through my entire journey on life. No matter how weak I got, no matter how small my faith may have been, whether I had just a little bit of faith or no faith at all, He has carried me through. He has kept me going. He has made sure that all of my needs were met. He has made sure even some of my wants have been made. And He has held me through it all and has been patient with me. That's a love that nobody else can give you. No human on this planet can give you the love that you need like God. Nobody on this planet can fill a void like you need to be filled except for God. There is nobody, there's no entity, no material thing, there's nothing that is too big or too hard for God. And that is the amazing thing. That is the amazing part about having a personal relationship with Him. I love it. I absolutely love it. And even when I go astray, and when I get quiet on Him and I don't talk to Him, and when I am just in my own world and just kind of essentially forget about Him in a sense, He still loves me. He still provides for me. He still makes a way. And it's amazing. And even with all the stuff that I have been through in my life, all the abuse that I've gone through, all the adversity, adversity, all of the obstacles, all of the hardships, all of the heartaches, the heartbreaks, all of the love that I was giving out but wasn't receiving back, all of the advice that I was giving out but wasn't receiving back, all of the motivation that I was giving out and wasn't receiving back, all of the inspiration that I was giving out and wasn't receiving back. He restored me and gave it back to me himself. That blows my mind. That absolutely blows my mind. And I truly, truly thank God. And I want you guys to know, I understand that some people may have their opinions about the LGBT community. Here's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to end this video. Imagine I'm trying to think of how to say it. Imagine thinking that you telling people that they're going to go to hell because their lifestyle is an abomination. Just imagine, okay, that's going to get you brownie points with God. It ain't. See, a lot of people don't realize there's that behind the lamp right there, beside this picture right here on this wall, that little picture frame, that black one right there, that's my minister's license, okay? I have been studying the Bible since I could read, okay? I'm going to say this and I'm going to be done. And I truly, truly mean it. And I thank you guys for watching this long. I'm sorry that this video is so long. But I am going to eventually break up this into different parts and actually tell the depths of my story. But I had to get free. I had to release this because it was really weighing on me, and I just felt like that God, he was like, I told you to do this and you ain't done it yet, and here we are. So let's get this going. Love each other. There's so much hate in this world already. There's so much hate and there's so much hurt in this world already. And we need more love. We need more smiles. We need more people feeling like they are a part. We don't need segregation anymore. We don't need we don't need to separate by class, by race, by gender, by sexuality, by political view. We don't need to separate anymore. Right now is the time that we need to be coming together in unity, because the Lord is on his way back. And the ones who have truly been a true servant for him will be rewarded in heaven. The ones who love, now I'm not saying that you have to condone the lifestyle. I'm not saying that you have to go out there and be an advocate. But what I am saying is love. L-O-V-E. Love. Think about all the stuff that you have done. All of the sins that you have committed. God still loves you, right? Some of those sins are known and unknown. He still loves you, right? I truly don't believe that it is a sin. Love is love. That's just me. but that I'm pretty sure that this conversation is gonna, blow up and get some people stirred up. But I'm here. I just wanted you guys to understand just a little bit about me and why I operate the way that I do, and because I don't want nobody else telling my story. I don't want no rock to cry out for me. Okay? God loves me, and He loves you too. God loves me, and the reason I know that He loves me is because I'm still here. So yeah, and I think that is all for this video. I think I'm gonna end it there. So it has been great, kind of sharing a little bit with you guys. Again, this was very long. I'm so sorry. Wasn't trying to go that long, but just know that everything that you go through is for a reason and for a purpose, and it all has a purpose. It has a purpose for your plan in your life. Your journey is not going to, it can't get any worse. And I'll put it that way. Your journey can't get any worse. It's only up from here. If you truly believe that God can do it. He did it for me. And He's still doing it for me. And He's going to work everything out in my favor. So from now on, I'm going to put my obedience first. I'm going to put my relationship with God first. If He tells me to post a video, I'm going to post it. I am going to pray about how I'm going to break up my story and put it out, but this video will be a whole video on YouTube. But just know that everything is going to be all right, and I am always a message away. If you want to talk, if you want to just cry, vent, whatever, I'm here. I promise. And you're not alone out there. Okay? Please know that you are never, ever, ever, ever alone. He is always there with you, right by your side. All right, guys. I hope you guys have an amazing night. Well, it's not here, but I hope you guys have an amazing night, amazing day, amazing time. It's the weekend. So I'm gonna probably post this in the morning. This is gonna be raw and uncut. I'm not gonna do any kind of anything like that. So, but I just wanted you guys to get to know me a little bit. But it has been amazing. I am going to start prepping for the next video. Let's see what I'm gonna do next. And I will talk to you guys later. I love you, and be blessed.